Hey, Kat Chancellor here with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am having lots of fun playing around with the hot foil system that has just come out from Stampin' Up! I just got the Botanical Glow hot foils, and I just wanted to demonstrate how to put this card together. Additionally, I think I mentioned it in my last video, there were these other little pieces that came with one of the bundles, and these are the Sweetly Sentimental, and they just give you a bunch of like little wonderful little sayings, sentimental sayings, that I also incorporated into this card design. It's going to be a 5.5 by 5.5 card. You'll need several layers. I'm using basic white. I love the soft sea foam. Just gives just the right ambiance for this wonderful card, as well as you may recall that I did demonstrate the classical greetings. So I've also incorporated that into this project. I'm going to be using soft sea foam for my inking. I am using a stamping platform. In this case, I'm using my Stamparatus because I'm going to stamp, and then we're going to use the hot foil system. So you will need a hot foil system. I'm using gold and basic white and black cardstock. And then on the inside, I've done some embossing with an embossing folder. And this is a retired item, but I like that it had the embossing on the bottom. So this is called Meadow Moments, and I just simply use that for the bottom of my inside card, just to kind of give it, since it's such a large card, I just wanted to give it a little bit extra interest. And I just really love this. So we're going to make another one. You may notice my little brass butterfly here. This is also retired, but you know, again, always go to your stash, see what you have that can always bring a wonderful card to life. So let's go ahead and get started. So here are my layers. I have a piece of sea foam that is cut. It's 11, so it's going to be scored 11.5, and it's cut at 5.5. Then I'm going to have a gold foil layer, and this is going to be 5.25 by 5.25, and then the piece that we're going to stamp on is 5 by 5. This inside piece is 5.25 by 5.25. Now, this is a lovely big piece of gold foil. One of the things, tricks that I learned is to use a die that you can cut out the middle of this gold foil, and in this case you can see I have several of these. I'm just using a rectangle that I have in my stash because I can use these for other cards, so I just kind of have these put off to the side because you don't really see this on the inside, so it's kind of really a waste. So it's just a way to kind of stretch your supplies. So I'm just going to put this here. It's going to be in the middle. I can use a little piece of mint tape, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out, and I can put this with the rest of my pieces so that I can have on hand. That set of dies is the texture notes dies that create these wonderful nice embossing on the corners. So now I can glue that, but then I've kind of saved myself some gold foil. So we will put these aside. Now I have my sea foam and I have my stamp on this large platform. So I'm going to just bring in, and I can align this pretty much where I want it to hit on my paper. So I kind of want it to be right about there because I want this top to be right at the top, and then I can move this over just a tad. I'm just going to make sure that is there. I'm trying to center it. That's pretty much centered. So I'm going to place my magnet right about there. Let's move it over a little bit. Okay, now we're going to grab our hot foil system. We're going to plug this up and we're going to have our hot foil die. So while that's warming up, I'm going to measure out at least 5.5. Okay, now that it's blinking solid red, I am going to grab my tool and we're going to place this like this. And I'm going to hit, and it's going to turn yellow. I'm going to wait till this turns green. Now, since this kind of goes over, I'm just going to cover that so that I have that whole thing covered. There's that. Okay, I'm going to show you something I'm going to do. I'm going to take half gold. These are those small little sheets I got from Silhouettes. I'm going to do half silver. Okay, I'm just adding some gold and silver. That goes this way, so there you go. I have a gold, the gold and silver. So I'm going to put away my hot foil system and pull in my matte choices. I'm going to change this up and I'm going to add some silver foil for the one that I use both gold and silver, and then gold foil as a layer for my other one with just the gold foil. Okay, so I've got both of my pieces. This one I ran through silver and gold. You can see the silver and gold. This one, I just have the gold. But if you'll notice, the stamp orientation is different. So it just kind of shows you've got some options. Now I'm going to bring in my box of goodies here. Now I took all my classic greetings. So I would like to do this one in silver since it has a silver frame. This one in gold. And I could do it in black as well. I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it in silver. Then I have my little pieces here. So I can do gold and silver on this one. Just a little hello. And again, I just sat down, instead of a muffin tin, I just sat down and kind of created this of these and of these. I just kind of put those in there. So I think I'm going to pop this up. I'm not going to pop. I think I'm going to pop that up. I'm just going to do the thinking of you here. Okay, and that's all gold. And then this one over here, I've got thinking of you kind of on the gold side. You can kind of see I got the gold and the silver. So I'm going to put the thinking of you on the gold side and just a little hello on the silver side, kind of like that. See, and then the gold is just across the silver and then silver. I think that looks kind of cool. So I'm going to add a butterfly to this one. Then I'm just going to add that little butterfly there. And then on this one, I think I'm going to add a couple rhinestones. Looks kind of good. Okay, now I'm going to take the two pieces that are going to go on the inside, and I'm going to grab this Stampin' Emboss folder right here. You can see how. And I'm just going to do the bottom. Okay, there you have it. I've demonstrated some more products from the hot foil system that's just come out from Stampin' Up. This is primarily the Botanical Glow. It's both a stamp and a foil system that kind of creates these wonderful offset designs between the stamping and then the foiling. In this case, I did it in gold, and I also, from my last video, I love the Classic Greetings hot foil dies. These I did in black and gold, as well as these Wheatley Sentimental hot foil dies that have these wonderful little sayings. Thinking of you, have a lovely day. And the same with this one is a happy birthday in gold with seafoam and a nice gold layer. Happy birthday, here's to another year. And then I embossed the bottom of the card, and this is a 5.5 by 5.5 square card. And this one, I showed you how you could use both the gold and the silver together just to add a little bit of a different touch. And I used the Thinking of You in white with silver, and I have a silver foil, so you can kind of see the difference between using the silver and the gold and some of the other choices that you can make with these cards. Additionally, I just want to show you that my last video, I found these rolls at Michael's Silhouette heat transfer foil in both gold and silver. I wanted to point out that this set here, which is the Sweetly Sentimental hot foil dies, fit these perfectly, so that you don't have to waste. You see that it fits the size perfectly. Might be an option as a better fit instead of the larger Stampin' Up rolls. Just something you may want to have in your craft room. These also register beautifully. If you'll notice that there are these little squares, they will match up perfectly with the die, and it's kind of a register mark there so that you get these wonderful little saints. Now I've just made a whole box full of sayings that I am keeping in here as my little go-to for all kinds of sayings, and I did it both in silver and in gold on black cardstock and on white cardstock to come up with just some variety. So as I make cards, I can go ahead and go to my little box here and select those. So that's a neat thing to have. So please go to my blog for more product details. If you're looking for a demo, please consider joining my team. There is a new join procedure that will give you an extra bonus gift. And on top of that, if you just want to be a hobbyist, you can just enjoy the 20% discount. If you are a demo and like my content, please support my channel by hitting like, share, and leave a comment. I work hard to provide good content by hitting like my channel. This is Kat Chancellor with Stamp Art Connection and StampArtConnection.com. Happy stamping.